Alright, so Glenn Tipton's second lick in the solo goes like this. Play slowly. Alright, it's a lot of repetitive movement between just 4 notes. Actually 5 notes. So the first part, 13th fret on the high E, pull off on the 10th fret, and I use my ring finger and my index. My index finger rests on the 10th fret, both string, on the B string and the high E string. And when I play the 13th fret on the E string, I pull off, and then play the 13th fret on the B string, pull off on the 10th. So my index finger does not move, it's just my ring finger. So we do it 4 times. That's one measure. Alright, second measure we go 13th fret 10th, 13 on the B to 10, and then we use my pinky on the 15th fret on the E and pull off on the 10th fret, and then use the 13th fret again on the B string, pull off on the 10th. So we do that twice together, so it goes like this. Alright, so far we have this 4 times. Okay, the third measure goes like this. So you can hear it, like you start from the 13th fret on the E string, you pull off on the 10th, you do that twice, and do the 15th fret, you pull off on the 10th, you do that twice. Always pedal tone back to the 13th fret on the B string and pull off on the 10th. That part doesn't change. The only thing you change is on the E string. The B strings always goes like this. Alright, the E strings goes like this. Alright. So far we have 3 measure. I'm starting from the beginning. Second measure. Third measure. It ends on the last measure, goes like this. So from the 13th, pull off on the 10th on the E string, 13 to 10 on the B string, and you play 10th fret on the E string one time, and 13 on the B string, pull off on the 10th again, and I use my middle finger to play the 12th fret on the G string, and use my index finger to play the 12th fret on the D string. So the whole thing goes like this. I'm sorry. So that's lick number 2 by Glenn Tipton. Alright, so lick number 3, back to KK Dining. Here's how the lick goes. So that's the first measure. You basically play the 13th fret on the E string, and you pull off on the 12 and pull off on the 10. You do the same thing again on the B string. Pick the 13th fret, pull off on the 12 and pull off on the 10. So it goes like that. So you do it 4 times. Alright, next part, you move down, you pick on the 8th fret on the B string, you pull off on the 7th, pull off on the 5th fret. And then you pick the 10th fret on the B string, pull off on the 8th and pull off on the 7th. and then pick the 9th fret on the G string, pull off on the 7th, pull off on the 5th. Same thing on the D string. Pick the 9th fret on the D, pull off to the 5th. Pull off on the 7th and pull off on the 5th fret. So the second part. The third part, you pick the 13th fret on the E string, pull off on the 12th and the 10th. And then you play the 13th fret on the B string, pull off on the 12th and the 10th. And then you pick the 12th fret on the G string, you pull off to 10th and then pull off on the 9th. Same thing again on D string. You pick the 12th fret on the D, pull off to 10th fret and the 9th fret again. Alright, so that part goes like this. Alright. The last part, you move your hands up, you play the 15th fret on the E string, pull off to 14th and pull off on the 12th. And then you play the 15th fret on the B string, you pull off to the 13th and then pull off on the 12th fret. And then you move to 14th fret of your G string, you pick that and you pull off to the 12th and to the 11th fret. And then you pick the 14th fret on the D string, pull off on the 12th, pull off to the 10th. And then you pick the 12th fret on the G string. So that's the whole lick. Oop, that part. So that's the whole lick on the KK Dining. Lick number 3. Alright, lick number 4. This is back to Glenn Tipton. This is the fun lick. It's just not that hard to play. So here's how it goes. Let's just hammer on this time now. So you played on the 5th fret on the D string. You hammer on the 7th fret. And you do the same thing again on the G string. You do it 4 times. So you play that 4 times. Okay. On the 5th time, you play this. So you play the 5th fret on the D, hammer on to 7th fret, G string, and then you repeat G string again, 5th fret, hammer on to 7th, and you move down to B string, you play the 6th fret, you hammer on to 8th fret. Alright, so it goes like this. So we do that twice. And we're back to the 5th fret, hammer on the 7th fret on the D and the G string again. Do that 4 times. Right. And I use my middle finger, tap on the 14th fret on the G. Actually, yeah, so you tap on the 14th fret on the G string, while your index finger is on the 7th fret on the G, and you hammer on to the 10th fret. You hold on to the 14th fret on the G, and then you pull off on the 7th fret and you hammer on to 10 and pull off on the 7th. So it goes like this again. I'm sorry. So the whole lick goes like this. So that's the last lick of the song Rapid Fire. That's pretty much the whole song, and thank you for watching.